Right at the very start of your job interview, the interviewer is going to say to you, walk me through your resume or walk me through your CV. And in this tutorial, I will tell you exactly what to say to set you up with confidence for the rest of your interview. Now, the interviewer is asking you to walk through your resume or your CV for two reasons. Reason number one, they have not had the time to look at your resume in detail. Therefore, by getting you to read through it for them, it saves them time. Because number one, they are really busy. And number two, they will have had lots of people apply for the same job. Reason number two, they want to hear whether you have any experience in your employment history that is a match for the job description. So to help you walk through your resume with confidence, this is what I will cover during this presentation. I will give you some really important tips for walking through your resume or your CV in a way that will impress the hiring manager. I will tell you what not to say when talking through your resume, and I will also give you 2 example scripts to use and a copy of these slides to help you walk through your resume or your CV successfully. And I will tell you what to say for both non-management interviews and also management interviews. So make sure you stay tuned. So first of all, let's have a look at 5 really important tips for walking through your resume with confidence. Tip number 1, make sure you read your resume at least one day before your interview. It is important that you familiarize yourself with its contents. Tip number 2, take your resume along with you to the interview, but don't read from it directly. Take it along with you in a presentable format. Perhaps put it in a folder, because this shows then that you are organized and you are professional. Now, if you get stuck whilst walking through your resume and you forget what to say, then you can quickly refer to it. Tip number 3, always start at the beginning of your career and work towards the present day when walking through your resume. And this is what is called chronological order. Tip number 4, quickly skip through any jobs where you didn't gain skills that are relevant to the job you are applying for. And then tip 5, focus in greater detail on the jobs where you did gain useful and transferable skills, qualities and experiences that are relevant to the position you are applying for. So when you walk through a resume, make sure you follow this structure. First of all, talk through your employment history, as I said, in chronological order. So go right back to the beginning and then work through to the present day. And again, skip over any jobs where the experience gained is not relevant to the position you are being interviewed for, but instead focus in detail on any jobs where you did gain valuable skills, qualities and experience. And I will give you a script of what to say in a second. Now, also make sure you talk about the highlights of your career to date. And what I mean by that is when you have been in a job where you have been singled out for praise or you have achieved something of significance, make sure you mention it. And also reference any courses or qualifications you have gained that are applicable to the job you are applying for. And then, this is important, give a closing statement that is positive and that reaffirms you have the experience and skills needed to perform to a really high standard in this role. And I will give you the exact closing statement script to use. So here's how to do it. Here's how to walk through a resume or a CV. So the first one is for non-management roles, and I will then give you one for team leader and management positions. Here we go. Walk me through your resume. My first job was at Johnson's Warehouse in Seattle, where I spent 12 months packing and distributing orders. I then moved on to work for a sales company called Triple Line Sales back in 2010, where I really started to gain some useful skills that enabled me to be a highly productive and valuable employee. Now, after spending 18 months at Triple Line Sales, I moved on to work for my first major company, which was Microsoft, where I was part of a product development team. Now, during this role, I gained substantial experience that is a match for this job description. I was part of a team that developed new products and services, and here I needed to work to strict timelines whilst collaborating with people in my team, with contractors and also with stakeholders. I became a highly proficient communicator in this job, and I believe those skills will stand me in good stead for this position. Now, after 5 years with Microsoft, I then went on to work for a small business startup company in my hometown called Jessup Ventures. Again, I learned some great things whilst I was there that will help me in this job. I was responsible for helping create new product designs and then bringing them to market. I was involved in testing the products, which meant I needed to work within strict safety guidelines. And I also worked as part of different project teams, which meant we had to overcome various challenges on a regular basis. Now, throughout my career, I have attended numerous training development courses, including ones that focused on sales and customer service, project management, and health and safety. Now, highlights of my employment history include helping my team at Jessup Ventures to increase sales by over 25% for the 3 years on the bounce. Now, I was also regularly commended by my manager whilst I worked at Microsoft for being someone who would always ensure team projects were completed on time, despite numerous challenges and obstacles to overcome. Now, I am confident I have the necessary skills, the qualities, and the experience to get up and running quickly in this role, and I believe you will see a positive return on your investment by hiring me. So that is a great in-depth walkthrough of an example resume. Now, of course, the companies and the organizations that I have used are not relevant to you. They're not relevant to me. They are fictitious and made up. But it gives you an example of how to structure your own resume walkthrough. And make sure you use that type of closing statement at the end. Now, I am going to give you a management walkthrough in a second, and I will also tell you how to download these slides, but here's a resume walkthrough recap. Don't forget, talk through your employment history in chronological order. Skip over any jobs where the experience gained is not relevant to the job you are being interviewed for. Focus in detail on any jobs where you gained valuable skills, qualities, and experiences that match the job description. And then talk about the highlights of your career where you were praised for really good performance or you achieved something of significance as part of a team. Reference any courses or qualifications you have gained that are applicable to the job, and then give a closing statement at the end that is positive. So let's now do a walkthrough for leadership and management positions. Here we go. Walk me through your resume. My first job was as an office administrator for local government, where I was responsible for planning and organising the office operational commitments. Now, right from the start of my career, I was genuinely interested in management, and I used to watch how my manager would lead and direct his team whilst I was working in this administrator role. I then moved on to work for a sales company called High Level Sales as a junior manager, and I was responsible there for assisting the manager in delivering the company commercial goals and objectives. After a 3-year period at this company, I took on my first proper management position for a new startup company called Jessup Ventures, where I was responsible for the day-to-day operations and the delivery of the strategic aims of the business. Now, in this role, I managed a team of 5 people, I carried out performance reviews of my staff, and I managed conflict whenever it presented itself, and I also organised the team meetings where we would regularly discuss our goals and objectives, and I would hold people accountable. Now, during this position, I was often praised by my manager for running a highly efficient team where everyone performed to a consistently high standard and everything we did was delivered on time. During my career, I have attended numerous training courses that I believe will be of benefit to your organisation if I get the position. I have attended leadership and management courses, the management of safety in the workplace courses, and numerous regulatory courses that ensure I always help the organisation I am working for maintain compliance. Closing statement. I understand there comes a huge amount of responsibility in this management position, and I feel strongly I have the necessary skills, the qualities, the drive and the determination to help you achieve your commercial and financial objectives. So that's a great walkthrough resume for a management or leadership position. Now, before I give you the slides and the script, make sure you watch this full mock interview right here on YouTube next. Click that link at the top of this video and go through to my other video right here on YouTube where I walk through a full interview for you in live format. I answer about 12 common job interview questions and I get hired. So it's a perfect example of how to undertake a job interview. Now, if you would like a copy of these slides, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I've placed the link to download the template in the description below the video for you. Please don't forget to give the video a like. Please make sure you subscribe. And you can also connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals. Don't forget to check out that mock interview. It will make a massive difference to your performance at your interview. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your interview. Thank you very much.